is maybe in some ways progressive for its day, but not generous by our standards, not reasonable by our standards, just wrong. Certainly the case can be made that many sorts of people have been injured by the application of Freudian theory. Biographers today are making the case that Freud did not act in good faith in certain circumstances. Of course, he did so many things that even if he very largely acted in good faith, there would be important areas where he might not have been. He was an ambitious, driven man. He was a contentious, sort of cantankerous person, generous in certain ways as well. And I think it is a tribute to how large and influential he is that every aspect of his personality has come under scrutiny.
Despite his detractors, our culture has found Freud and his unsettling vision of the mind compelling enough to argue about for close to a century. His ghost is not an easy one to live with.
Many of us find ourselves in situations throughout our lives where we don't know who we are and what we need to do. Freud's response to that is make sense of your past. Find a way of making meaning out of who you have been and where you have come from. That is a way of giving yourselves more possibilities in the future, so that our choices in the present are richer, more complex, more nuanced, and, in a word, more free, because we now have an interpretation of the past. The interpretation of dreams was Freud's way of making sense of the past through signs or symptoms that people thought were meaningless. Whether or not one takes the dream as the royal route to the unconscious, it seems to me the lesson of this great book is that we make sense of our pasts because we need to be more free in the present when we have intense, sometimes painful conflict.
Perhaps not so much has changed since Dr. Freud invited us to lie down on the couch. We still understand only the smallest fragments of the human mind and its dreams. At the very least, Sigmund Freud encouraged us to examine ourselves. The analysis session is not over.